Hello Penguinauts, I am the Biddy Penguin and welcome back to Fall of Kerbin. Today we are having a look at our ground forces here in the beautiful mountain ranges of the Kruolan Union. So, I know what you're going to say, Biddy, your light tank doesn't have any treads. And for those of you who watched the live stream, you'll know how much I hate people telling me that.
Biddy, give it treads! Biddy, give it treads! Biddy, give it—
Shut the f*** up! Now, Kerbal Foundries hasn't been updated, so we're having to get by with stock wheels, which have got massive colliders, so in order to protect them, you have to create these giant boxes of armor. So for this light tank, we decided to just leave them exposed, because frankly, this thing, if it takes a hit, it doesn't matter whether its wheels are covered up or not. Okay, this thing is going down. This is not really a light tank. Okay, well, it does fit into our light tank category, but it's little more than an armored car right now. It's carrying this beautiful 40mm Bofors twin mount, which can lay down a hell of a lot of fire, but it's incredibly inaccurate. And it burns through its ammunition really, really fast. This whole thing is called the SM-1, named after Spanner Monkey, who created the Never Enough Dakka Redux. That's not the original creator of Never Enough Dakka, but just the Redux. And we've named it after him, even though, well, we're not actually using any Never Enough Dakka parts on here. This is actually from Naval Artillery Systems, but never mind. So, as I said, this is little more than an armoured car, and its main purpose is to sneak up on enemy tanks and then just lay down a hell of a lot of fire with this thing. This thing packs a punch, but it's pretty short range, it's really inaccurate, and as I said, burns through its ammo ridiculously fast. I could not pack any more ammunition into this. It's very different to Tape's light tank. Tape decided to go for a single mount. He went for a much smaller body. His tank can certainly take a lot more hits than this one. It's much smaller, much more difficult target to hit. His is designed to take hits, but it's only got a single mount 40mm autocannon. Therefore, it can't do anywhere near as much damage as we can. However, we can do a lot more damage, but we can't really take any hits. We've got a very, very simplistic armor design here to try and keep the weight down, to try and keep us moving, really. And so, yeah, there are a lot of problems with this. I'm going to go over the tank rules again, because Tape did kind of mess a couple of them up. So for light tanks, you can have one layer of armor on the front, top, and sides, and you can have a gun with a maximum caliber of 40mm and nothing else. So I decided to go right for that. As I said, problem is it's very inaccurate, so we may change this up in the future. We've got this chassis, we can obviously put different guns onto it in future. You might be wondering why there's an antenna. We are starting with radar, even though we're starting in World War I. I need to make this clear to all you guys. Okay, so we are sort of starting in World War I with our aircraft technology and stuff, but we are not being historically accurate with the ships or with the tanks. We don't have the parts, we don't have the guns, we don't have the know-how either to even attempt it. So we're going to try and keep things, you know, relatively World War I-y, but frankly, giant lumbering Mark I land ships, you know, moving towards each other and breaking down and in every single ditch they cross isn't going to be fun to watch. We're putting the entertainment value of this series first, and then the historical accuracy, of which there isn't much, we're putting that later. So yeah, we are starting with radar. That's why I've got a little radar antenna on these. We also have Burn Together, which thankfully got updated recently. So if I set that as leader, set this as a follower, there we are, and then we can take off the brakes and we can move around, which is awesome. So we can actually do tank formations, and this tank will follow us all the way, which is great because obviously the BD Wingman doesn't actually work with land vehicles or sea vehicles. So that's pretty freaking awesome. And oh, let's not crash into him. And I'm just going to show off this gun. So as you see, it's got a pretty decent rate of fire, but we are burning through our ammunition. If I move the weapon manager, there you go. You see, we burn through this ammo ridiculously fast with this thing. But you see, it's quite a nippy little thing. And be careful not to flip out, but it is really damn nippy. So the main focus of this is going to be sneak up on enemy tanks, get really close the distance, and just shred them to pieces. As I said, if this thing gets hit by something, it's pretty much done. This armor is resistant to other 40mm. Apparently the wheels aren't. We have to be a little more careful than that, I think, in future. But it can dish out a lot of damage, and that's mainly what we're going to be using it for. It's just going to be hit and run tactics and not in any prolonged engagements. For prolonged engagements, that's what our medium tank is for. Well, it's heavy tank now, but once we advance in technology, it's going to be declassified to a medium tank, but for now, it's a heavy tank. Now this is the PT-1, named after prototype Theta, who originally created Never Enough Dakka, yet again not actually using any Never Enough Dakka parts, but Never Enough Dakka basically made our tank combat possible. So I'm going to pay homage to pretty much all the mod creators of all the wonderful mods we're using. I put it next to the SM-1 to show you the size difference. Now as you see, it's got a much smaller cross section to actually shoot at. It's got 2 layers of armor at the front, top and sides, and only 1 on the back, unlike the SM-1 which has no armor at the back. This thing is designed to take hits. It's based off of the British 3-inch gun carrier, and it is a box tank, comrade. So yes, it has got obviously giant flat pieces of armor. You're not going to get really any deflections off of this thing, but that's not a huge problem because it is just armored to all hell. It's, as I said, it's based off of the British 3-inch gun carrier, although it has got a 4-inch howitzer, but it's fine, it's fine. And since this is a heavy tank, I've also given it a 50 caliber, which we're using the World War II Aviator Arsenal machine guns from now on because the BD Armoury ones are really overpowered. At the moment it's fixed, but I am in talks with the mod developer, and we're going to get these so that we can actually move them about and shoot stuff. So just in case the main gun gets knocked out, we've also got this, and this is mainly just for like shredding light targets and stuff, because we don't really want to waste our ammunition, because yet again, big problem with this, like these giant cannon ammo boxes require a lot of space, so we can only actually carry 100 cannon shells. Now you might not think that's a lot, but this thing is going to be going out for long periods of time without resupply. And so, you know, you're going to want to be conserving your ammunition. I'm going to try and squeeze as much ammo into this as possible. Usually I don't put anything in the front of it, because obviously if you put ammo in the front and then the front gets blown up, you're going to go up. But frankly, if the SM-1 gets hit by anything, it's going up anyway. So I think I'll just squeeze it full of as much ammunition as possible. But yeah, as you can see, it hasn't got a turret, and that will be a problem. But the thing about our heavy tanks is the maximum caliber they can have is 4 inches, or 105 millimeters. So that's about 4 inches. And because of that, the largest gun you can use is this howitzer. So you have to sacrifice either having a turret for firepower, or maybe sacrifice your firepower for the ability to actually turn your gun in a wider arc. As you see, this howitzer really doesn't have a huge amount of wiggle room, so the target needs to be in front of the tank, and it's a damn slow tank. So this is going to be providing our long-range fire support. If anything gets hit by this gun, it's dead, okay? And this thing can take a hell of a lot of pounding from enemy tanks, so we'd position this like over a hill somewhere and be providing fire support, perhaps while the SM-1s head in and try to do the real close range damage and just duck and weave. But this is going to be our main battle tank, okay? So we set up a little engagement here with 2 SM-1s and 1 PT-1 on each side. They're a very close range actually. I mean, most tank engagements are probably going to be happening over like 5 kilometers, but I wanted to demonstrate the abilities of the SM-1s to actually move in and perhaps flank the target. So hopefully this should be pretty awesome. We've got these 2 tanks are going to be moving, but the PT-1's going to be staying still and providing fire support, and hopefully soaking up a little bit of damage for us. In terms of launches, you can launch 3 of these light tanks or armored cars, sort of, you know, light ground vehicles to turn, and you can launch, or you can launch 2 heavy tanks. I also want to clarify something. In my naval forces video, I forgot to mention aircraft carriers and got about 50 billion comments like, "Oh, BD, you forgot aircraft carriers." Don't worry, don't worry. Okay, aircraft carriers are a thing. I just forgot to mention them. You can launch 2 of those a turn, or you know, they're on the same level as cruisers, so you can launch 2 of them a turn, or like 1 of them and 1 destroyer or something like that. Okay, so aircraft carriers, yes, they are a thing in this series. I just forgot to mention them because I didn't build one, and they're very different to the mainline battleships and destroyers, etc. And anyway, let's get on with this engagement, shall we? So we have to put everything on guard mode, all in one go. Okay, you ready? I missed one. And boom! Okay, all the guard modes are on. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let's set off. Okay, this tank and that tank should be moving together. That one appears to be moving backwards. I think it's been hit. Oh, we've already got a hit on something. I don't know what that PT-1's doing. Perhaps he's... Oh, okay, there we go. We almost got hit. We've got incoming fire. Okay, we're going to try and duck and weave. As I said, these 40mm are really damn inaccurate. So, whoa! Okay, we are at pretty close range, though. Okay, that was a close one. Took some heat on our armor panels, but we're okay. So we just got hit by some shrapnel. A direct hit, though, on this SM-1, and we're toast. Oh, that looks like that SM-1 bit the dust. I think that was a shot from the PT-1. Okay, here we go. That PT1, oh, there we go. Looks like he got hit by a 105mm shell. We've still got one SM1 still going. He's just hiding behind the crest of that hill. So we're going to try and move around there and hopefully get a shot on him. Did our force take any hits? Doesn't look like it. We are still firing though. Wow, we've been really damn lucky. Looks like that SM1 ducked behind the hill there. Okie doke, okie doke, okie doke. And we're still firing at that PT1. I'm not sure if it's entirely dead yet. There's a lot of debris over there, but I can't quite see it. Anyway, we're going to try and advance on that SM1. We can't move particularly fast uphill. This is a damn heavy vehicle. How much ammunition we got left? Ooh. Okay, no, we're fine. Okay, we have got through a lot of ammo though. As I said, the problem with this, lots and lots of shots getting fired by this double mount, and you do run out of ammunition exceptionally quickly. I can't really compare my heavy tank with Tape's heavy tank because when I saw it, he was cheating. Oh, look at that 105mm shell, just destroy it. But anyway, he was cheating. He used a giant freaking Challenger turret. Like, Tape didn't actually read the rules properly, or maybe he had an outdated version of the rules because I implemented the tank upper limit on guns a little later. So hopefully, he'll rectify that before the series actually starts. I know quite a few of you had a go at him for having a Challenger turret on a World War I tank. As I said, historical accuracy, we're not going for it. And dear God, that bloody give it treads meme, I hope it dies quickly, but I doubt it will because you guys are terrible. Oh, this also has headlights, by the way, just FYI. Some reason the lights action group isn't working. So, oh, the lights in general aren't working. Perhaps because it's not night time, I have no idea. Oh, we're out of electric charge. We should probably turn the engine on. That's probably why we're slowing down. I didn't actually turn the engine on. Okay, there we go. That's. I did wonder. I'm like, we're going uphill. Like, why are we slowing down so much? Yep, I didn't actually turn on the engine. Good job, Beardy. Whoop! Everyone, give me a round of applause. I am officially a genius. So anyway, so as you see, the hilly terrain, which is going to be awesome. There's going to be a lot of hilly terrain. We're going to be fighting in lots of mountainous terrain. We're going to have loads of mountain ambushes, etc. It's going to be freaking awesome. So hilly terrain does make it interesting, so you've got to duck and weave below the actual contours of the terrain and hopefully close the distance and then destroy the enemy from close range. That's what the SM1 is designed to do. It's just nip forward. This may not seem particularly fast, but compared to the PT1, this is a very, very fast vehicle, okay? And once it really gets going and you remember to put the actual engine on, it can actually be a pretty awesome vehicle. Now, I'm not entirely sure what Tape is doing for his heavy tank, as I said. He needs to get rid of that Challenger turret. The biggest turret that we have is 90mm, and it's never enough Dakka weapon, so it's not going to do anywhere near as much damage as that 105mm. And I think it also has a slower rate of fire, but of course it's on a turret, so you know, if the PT1 gets attacked from behind, like, you're screwed. You need SM1s in order to protect the PT1 heavy tank, okay? Because if it gets attacked from the rear or the flank, it's done. It's just completely dusted. We do have a gentleman's agreement to attack, when we do initial attacks, to attack from the front of the tanks, otherwise it's not really fair. So no attacking from the behind to, like, surprise attack. You have to actually get behind the enemy tanks in the heat of battle, okay? So that it's not completely unfair when someone's taking an action and attacking someone's units on guard mode. Anyway, we're about to pop over the crest of this hill and then hopefully give that SM1 a rude awakening. Or it's going to give us a rude awakening, I'm not entirely sure. So in trying to actually get to the SM1, it appears that we kind of trashed all our wheels. So we need to be a little more careful with this tank. So what we're going to do is we're going to swap to the other one. There we go. And we're going to jump over the top like this. Here we are. I think this one has all its wheels intact. Yes, it does. Okie dokie. Let's see if we can take on all three of these just with this one tank. I think the fact that I'm controlling it and moving it about really does make a big difference. Because obviously if you're a moving target, you're much more difficult to hit than a stationary target. And there's no real way to counteract that. Is the engine actually on? Nope, it's not. I keep forgetting to put the damn engines on. That's why the other one didn't. The other SM1 didn't actually follow this one, is because I forgot to turn the engine on that one as well, and on the PT1, because it doesn't start activated. You see, you've got the engine in the back here, and you need to press 4, which is the action group, in order to actually get it running. To be honest, I think the biggest deciding factor in tank battles isn't going to be how big your gun is or how good your armor is. It's going to be, did you remember to put the frickin' engine on? Anyway, here we go. They should be shooting at each other by now. Hello. hello. Oh, there we go. They've detected each other. Fire! Fire the guns! Fire! Oh, hello. Let's get our front armor facing towards. Oh, oh dear. Oh dear. That's whoopsie daisy. We didn't have our front armor pointing towards him, and we just got completely shredded. Woo! Well, victory for Team A. Awesome. Well, there you have it, everybody. These two vehicles, the PT-1 and the SM-1, should make up the basis of the Kruolan army and our land forces, which shall crush the Carthenian scum. Did I remember? Nope. Didn't remember to put the engine. I really need to remember to put the damn engine on. Tip to self: every single time you drive a tank, Beardy, remember to put the damn engine on. Anyway, thank you for watching, everyone. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Hopefully we've clarified a few things in regards to historical accuracy and the actual size of guns we're using. Tape with your Challenger turret. Fix it. And thank you for watching, everyone. I'm sure Tape will do another naval video soon, and Fall of Kerbin should be starting in about September.